All right, this is Charlie here with Rooftop American Contractors here. All right, this is Charlie here in St. Petersburg, Florida. We're doing a full roof inspection here using My Safe Home Florida. As we partner with them, we want to make sure that we're bringing resilience to all of Greater Florida, all over the state, specifically right here in the Bay Area. We're gonna get up there and get an inspection. Let's take a look. All right, here we go. Roof's about 20 years old. We want to get rid of that satellite dish. We want to go ahead and get rid of that chimney. We do have a pipe jack right there, and then we also have a flat roof area right there. And we'll go ahead and make sure we get all the measurements. But most importantly, we want to make sure this roof is secured and protected. Let's take a look at everything. It doesn't look too bad. Do we have any uplift here? Not really any uplift either. This looks like it's in good shape. Okay. Just from right here, but we do have a little bit of uplift right here, as you can see. And now we're going to commence with the, we want to make it clear that this roof is certainly a candidate that just by the age of it. We already checked the attic. Now let's look at the rest of it. All right, now see here, we have a penetration with a screw, and it's in there. I'm going to leave it right there. I don't want to, unless I'm going to do something to fix that. You know what? We might as well, right? We might as well. So what we're going to do, being that we have a penetration right here, looks like that was drilled in there. We're gonna leave that as is. We don't want to do too much to it. There's our gable vent. We want to make sure we're getting good airflow in this attic. You see some granule loss. You certainly see that. But the sidewall, head wall flashing right there, we need that. That's gonna prevent some leakage. That's just how that goes. So let's commence with the inspection and see what else we can find. But that's a problem area. We're going to fix that anyway. We do have plank decking, 7 to 8 inch plank decking, older decking, but it works real good. All right, so we're doing some measurements here. We just have one pipe jack here. This pipe jack is, let's take a look. I believe it's a 4 inch. So we have 5 on the outside, 4 on the inside. This is a 4 inch pipe jack right here. We'll change this out. We have an old school lead one, but you know what? I don't think any squirrels are eating on this one. You know squirrels do eat on these pipe jacks. We have this flat roof right here. It looks like a mod bit. It is a mod bit. We'll determine whether we're going to change that out. There's a satellite dish. We're certainly going to be removing that. No need for that. We have some wind uplift right over here, right there. Wind uplift, and of course this is a pretty steep roof. We're at a 5, closer to a 6. I would say 5.5, 5.12. Let's see what else we have. So we're going to check the other side of the roof out, and let's see what we got. All right, the sun's about to go down, but we started before the sun came up. We're doing an underlayment test right here to see where we're at right now. What kind of, what would you think on a plank, 7 inch plank, old school decking? Let's ask the question, would you use synthetic? Would you use peel and stick? The older version, what do you think? Planks? They still are good. It's just a new code. And with the new code, we must be compliant, and we want to make sure that the home is resilient. So let's take, there we go. We have synthetic. Want to see it? There it is. We have some synthetic right there. We got some double layer. You can see 2 layers there. Double layer synthetic, 1 layer there, and one layer underneath that. Okay. So what we're gonna do is gonna put this back together here. We have a, let's take a look and see how, what would you guess that gap is? You see that gap? That's between the planks. This house was built in 1944. So let's see what we have. All right. So we have a 1/4 inch gap there. So that's for sure. And we're done with this inspection. As soon as we tie this up, we'll be ready to go. So once again, that's another roof inspection here in Pinellas County, here with My Safe Home Florida. This is Charlie Frazier with Rooftop American Contractors, National Account Manager. Rooftop Topics. Check us on the other side. Workmanship at its best. All right, so we sealed that up. Let's take a look at it. We went ahead and sealed this up so that way there's not going to be any damage to the planks. We had to get that core to know what type of underlayment we have and what we're going to work with. We sealed it up nicely. You see there? We're going to be ripping this off anyway, but we still want to make sure it's sealed up. We don't want to have any issues. So as you can see, we're going to make sure that we have everything in place properly. You can see that right there. Everything is in place and it is going to be watertight. Get that debris off of here. Everything looks good. Let's go ahead and get down off the roof. Again, this is Charlie with Rooftop Topics. Sundown here in St. Petersburg, and we'll see you on the next one.